Hey guys, I'm Jacob and welcome back to A Life of Inches, my documentary about creating a life that is on my terms. Today I'm starting something new, and that is a weekly goal. These are going to be just 7-day goals that I'm going to use to either help me gain a bit of momentum towards a larger goal. Maybe it's also just a goal that I don't have, but it's just something that I want to address. Or it could be just for me trying to break a habit or start a new habit and just getting the ball rolling on that in a short week period, and then taking it from there after I see the results that I get in the first week. As an example, this week's goal is going to be used to put out a spot fire that I feel like has crept into my life over the last month or so. Last month I posted a transformation photo on Instagram, basically just talking about how I'd lost 25 kilograms in a 14-month period prior to that. I had previously weighed 115 kilos and I got down to 90 last month, and it took me over a year. But when I had achieved that goal, in my mind I was already thinking, don't let the old habits start to creep in. And they did, and they have over the last months. And what's happening is that I'm putting the weight back on. I've done this in the past, and it's not the first time I've lost a major amount of weight. And what tends to happen when I lose these large amounts of weight is that I achieve the goal and then I take my foot off the pedal. It's a very dangerous thing to do because it's the quickest way really to put the weight back on, and more than you had on before. In the photo that I posted on the 8th of January, I weighed 90 kilos, and for the past week I've been sort of hovering between 94 and 96. So that's just 1 month later, and I've already gained 4 to 6 kilo. So not good. What's the cause of this? Well, it's obvious. I've been eating like crap, and for a lot longer than I thought I had been. When I first hit the goal, I said, I'm going to give you a week or two to sort of, you can just let go a little bit, and then as soon as that couple of weeks is over, you got to get back on it. And I didn't get back on it, and I thought I was getting back on it in a 2-week period, but it's actually been a month, and I didn't realize it had been a month already. So it just goes to show how quickly things like that can get out of control if you don't check them. So I need to address this straight away, and the goal is as follows for this week. For this week, I can only eat food that I've prepared myself, that I've bought the ingredients from the supermarket or the market. That means no takeaway, no Uber Eats, it's takeaway. And if I'm buying tea, there's no sugar. Coffee, no sugar. No bubble milk teas, nothing like that. I don't normally have sugar in my coffees and teas anyway, but this is just to say this is one of the jurisdictions or one of the rules that I've created around those drinks. They can't have any sugar in them. So that obviously rules out soft drinks, snack foods, chips, all that sort of stuff. Night market food for the most part. Chocolate, unless it's 80% pure dark chocolate, then that's off limits. Ice cream. The only exception to the rule is communal dinners and food that is prepared for me, as part of a communal dinner. This is not something that happens on a daily basis that is a detriment to my health. So I don't feel like it's something I need to rule out. And I haven't had to rule it out in the past when I was losing weight. So this wasn't something that was affecting it. Like I said, this all came about because I was following a course of action that was getting me a result that I desired. And then I stopped following that course of action, and now I'm in a position where I'm getting results that I don't want, and I'm doing all the same amount of work as far as the gym and everything else. So I don't want to waste my time almost doing all that work and then undoing it with the food that I'm consuming. So this is a course correct, and I just need to get back to what I know works. This situation was compounded too by the fact that for about 10 days I didn't go to the gym because I'd injured my shoulder, and I just really was getting so many little niggling injuries that I just decided to give my body a rest. But that meant that I had 10 days that I was in a huge calorie surplus.
Because you gotta eat big to get big, right?
And that's just not a good combination. I push myself pretty hard in the gym, and I'm pretty consistent, like real consistent with the gym. I go almost every day, and unless it's a recovery day, I'm there. It's definitely not that. It's definitely a diet thing. The actions I'm going to take to stick to this goal of eating the way I want to eat this week is I'm going to weigh myself in the mornings, which I've been doing for years, but it's just another thing I'm putting in there, like the sugar just to say that I'm doing it. I'm also going to weigh myself in before dinner, which I was doing in the past, and I guess this is that whole like taking my foot off the pedal. I was doing it all the time to see where my weight was going, and I've stopped doing that part of it. So maybe that is something that I need to put back in there, is weighing myself in before dinner. Now, if you've seen my Instagram recently, I've been doing a lot of accountability stuff around how many videos I'm going to create this month. What I'll do for this is I'll post everything like that as well. My weigh-ins, what I'm consuming, like every time I eat, I'm just going to take a photo of it, show you guys exactly. I'm sticking to it, you know. I'll even put a timestamp on the photos to add an extra level of accountability to it. Now, I'm starting this week's goal right on the doorstep of Chinese New Year in Taiwan. So there's going to be plenty of food around, which is half the challenge. But I think if I can lose maybe 1 to 2 kilos this week, it's going to be pretty mega. I'll come back and review how I went after the week is over and see what my next goal is going to be given the result that I got. What I'm trying to document here is the compound effect of micro goals and how they can start stacking on top of each other to help you drive towards the bigger goals that you've got that are going to take a longer time to achieve. So by having these micro goals, you kind of are able to get these little wins along the way to your bigger goals, and eventually you just have achieved your bigger goal as a result of achieving all those small little goals. It's also a very good way to stay on track towards your big goals, because it's like a plane going to another city. You just continuously tacking your way towards your destination instead of flying way off course like I'm doing at the moment, because I didn't have a strategy or a goal around my body anymore, and I'm flying way off course, and now I have to tack all the way back because I've gotten so far off course in such a short amount of time. So having these small goals is going to help me start tacking my way back to where I want to go. And you can do that for anything, not just your body. You can do that for any goal that you have for your life. But that's it for this video, just a short one tonight, but I will come back to you guys in a week to let you know how I went. In the meantime, please remember to follow A Life of Inches on Instagram, and also if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and remember to hit the notifications so that you don't miss a future video. Until next time though, I'm Jacob, and thanks for watching another video on A Life of Inches, my documentary about designing a life that is on my terms. This situation was compounded also by the fact that for about 10 days of that month, So this situation was compounded.